my colleagues and me in Zagreb, so Maya and Ivan, we started from the thinking and rethinking of the word like interdisciplinary. What does it mean in the sense of also institution like Academy for Drama Arts in Zagreb with many different courses that you can study there, which is like as institution is already interdisciplinary. But we want, and now, so we were challenged in a way to see how really can we work together in that sense, like in the institution that should that, but for somebody else, like for other students, and inside of the project that we are talking about. So we decided to not just to work with our disciplines, but also to bring in for the discipline, and this is the discipline of the image. So to work with something that is, so Ivan is the sound engineer, Maya is from the field of the contemporary dance, and I'm a dramaturg. So we decided why should it be easy when it can be complicated, and we brought in the fourth format to say, the fourth register, the fourth media, and this is the media of image. And we wanted to this static passive object of image to be a starting point for developing different approaches and medias and creative impulses that you can inscribe into the image or take out of from the image. So this was our idea, and the image as a starting point was something that we all worked in a different way. So what I did is that of course I organized the workshop around the writing process. I organized it around the language in a way, and I wanted to approach an image from different angles, in a way, perspectives. And this is what do you see in the image, what do you hear in the image, and what is outside of the image. So what you see is something that you would expect in this approach to the image, but two other things are kind of surprising moments, surprising perspectives to say in the relation to the image, because image does not have a sound, and unless you imagine it, so unless you start to create something, some like creative comment in the sense of a sound, and outside of the image is the world actually, but you have to imagine it because it's cut out with the format. So this was the workshop that we did, and then we would how should I say, we would just the colleagues would continue to work, for example, with the text. Ivan would continue to work with the text, but adding some sound workshops on that. Maya also worked with the sound, creating some choreography to it. So it was connected in a way, but we were not part of each other workshops. So we were separate, but communicating in some level that is creatively linked. Yeah. And what stayed with me, I can't say much because I forgot about it, what stayed with me, but I can say is that everything came later, basically, for me, some kind of reaction to it. Because I'm all quite slow in my thinking process, and I never can respond in the same moment when I see something or experience something. So I always need some time to cook it a little bit. When I think about the workshop, what stayed with me like the most is the fact how practical it was for the students from other groups, like for actors, and in a sense of how they use it now as some kind of a tool for different aspects, because this approach to the image doesn't have to have an image as a main like source. You can apply that on anything you want. If you work on a character, you can just approach the character from different angles. For example, how the character is represented is one question, but how this character sounds, you can ask yourself, or what is outside of this character, and then the young people can really use this method in different, not just the character, they can They can apply it on the play. They can apply it on every aspect, like of the creative process in the field of the performance, as a tool which is quite practical. And they told me that it helps them in their preparation for some projects.
The thing is, there, except few, there won't be any exact sounds. So we have to, there are sounds like car passing or footsteps or some pretty, it's not defined because there are lots of different cars. The mics are usually very sensitive to wind.
The sound of the
something.
Yeah, I guess.
Something.
Yeah.
Too loud, wait. Wait.
I highlighted with the color the stuff you have to perform. And then screams, thumping, help, we're gonna die, I don't know. Improvise. Maybe some like thunder rolls and everything. Conductor.
A sudden blow to the door, slamming into the wooden cabinet.
Wind. More. Wind.
Background number 1.
Yeah. Water is already coming in. We are seeking mayday, crescendo of panic, and then stylophone. That's the flat line, they're all dead. We can end with this. We can talk together tomorrow about it, and we'll see how we can do this sound of folk.
Great. Now you can continue. You don't have to inhale and exhale so broad, but you can make some maybe smaller inhales, breathing, and maybe you can try to invite other parts of your body to connect with the breath. Release the tension in the pelvis, maybe in the knees. Try to decrease the tension in your shoulders. It's it's also possible that we jump, but it is kind of slow jump. Okay, very nice. So even in the fast time, this stop or pause is very short and fast. Even the thing that we are seeing as something is like without time, it is like a pause. Pause can be also very short or very prolonged. Okay? Great, thank you. Okay. Now we're gonna do it slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm gonna change it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4. Use the whole of your body to support these steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In your sequence, you can choose to have only with one tempo. You can do it, I don't know, 3 or 4 actions only fast or slow, or you can use both. Do you need to see the picture again?
No.
No.
You know it by heart, huh? Until now. So let us talk a little bit. Because now we went, because I wanted to show you that actually all of these phrases are natural patterns. How we breathe, how we live, how we move, how we think, how we speak. Again, I'm repeating, less is more. You can start really simple. And of course, you can change it.
So, imagine that you're outside in the field. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. It's spring. You feel completely relaxed, secure. Maybe this is your favorite place. The wind is blowing. It's beautiful. Just be there.
A man's posture is turned to a woman that approaches him from behind to his left. A woman passes the wall propped up with rugs. She is wearing a nice fancy set of clothes.
The soldier has a pistol as well on his belt. The photo was taken during the day.
The image is composed so that the wall stretches diagonally from the low right to the top left corner of the frame.
Soldier's slow and deep inhales and exhales of a cigarette. that had created a certain rhythm and synergy with his metallic equipment are interrupted by a gentle yet sturdy sound of a woman's high heels in almost moderate tempo.
A siren, shortness of breath, teeth grinding.
I can only hear 3 words. Women, life, freedom, Freiheit, Liberty, Zan, Zendegi, Azadi. I can only hear 3 words. Women, life, freedom.
I just wanted to have one link with something from the image. It can be small link, like really, really small link. It can be bigger. Connection, yeah, link / connection. So you can do it whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but please keep in mind that the process of interpretation, actually, what theater actually is. Theater is like transforming one media into another media, in which we have to translate something out of something.
You must emphasize your round calves and shaved legs. Shh! That's what we do.
You could be just anywhere. Where would you be? I'm in a ballroom, a church, or next to the sea. The only thing what's sure is that the munchies come with me, because I always get hungry when you're near me.
You think now of Australia as one place, right? But all those colours are the nations, the Aboriginal nations of Australia.
So just to give you context, within this nation, this was before colonisation. Once you've found that, start to move into the space, anywhere you like. Think about how you want to transfer your weight. And yarning circle has always been a form of communication. And in terms of business, they sought out traditionally as kinship systems, law, marriages, births, dances. Gun bun. Gun bun. Gun bun. So gun is like at the back of your throat. Gun. It's like gone, but it's gun. 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 Another couple of seconds. Find a shape and form to end with. And pause.
Okay? So, I tell you the other rules, okay? That Simon and I have come up with that we want you to focus on. So you're going to go back into your groups in a moment. You're going to remember what you did. We want you to think about the beginning. Would you like to be on stage or would you like to enter? How will it start? Okay, so really have to think about how it should begin and why. What will your choice about the beginning do to the audience?
So I'm Helen Ibra, I'm a producer, and actress from my past. I've been working at FI since the foundation of this organization. It's quite young, it's only 6 years old. And I am now a coordinator, project manager of Interdisciplinary Dialogue, which is a project that we are in here in Budapest.
I'm Vladimir Bushler. I'm theater and film director and actor and professor of different universities, giving classes in different countries. And I'm leading at FI, which is European Theatre and Film Institute.
The idea of the interdisciplinary dialogue came to our mind about 2.5 years ago, just before the pandemic. We contacted our friends from UniArts Sweden, and from the beginning we started to cooperate and work on this, because we worked with their film department in the past. And Vladimir was coming there to make a workshop with the film directors and film cinematographers and producers, managers, and also script writers, all together, you know. And this was very successful. So UniArts, the Swedish partner, trusted us from the beginning, and we started to write together all the ideas. So that's how it came.
For us, it was also very interesting to make it international. So European, but also international. Different culture, different point of view. So it's make guys who are learning much richer and much braver, I would say, and happier. And yes. They must learn how to make up, how to do scenography, how to work with sound, with light. And I asked them, even we were very supported by different departments, with professional people who are extremely good in their profession, and they serve, let's say, us. But I asked them to do the same by themselves, to get and fall in love with other part of work, then they can be better actors.
Urai Péter vagyok, egy koreográfus rendező Magyarországon. Budapesten élek, és a Kaposvári Egyetem tanára vagyok. Mozgástanítok, fizikai színházat és mesterséget, színészmesterséget. Én fizikai színházi tréninget tartok a színésznövendékeknek, illetve a kurzuson résztvevőknek. Ebben sok fizikai gyakorlat van, mozgásgyakorlat, és ezeken keresztül próbálunk kontaktust teremteni egymással, próbáljuk érzékelni a saját testünket, és próbáljuk kifejezni azt, ami emocionálisan megjelenik bennünk, illetve zajlik bennünk. Azt gondolom, hogy az, aki a színpadon áll, aki színházzal foglalkozik, annak nagyon-nagyon fontos, hogy legyenek ismeretei a saját testéről, önmagában a mozgásról. Amikor az ember olyanokkal dolgozik, akik különböző országokból, különböző helyekről jöttek, akkor mindig kíváncsi arra, hogy milyen impulzusok érik. Tehát, hogy milyen lesz az, aki Horvátországból jött, vagy aki Brüsszelből jött, vagy aki Magyarországról. Tehát különböző helyekről, ahol érkeznek az emberek, mit hoznak magukkal. A másik pedig az, hogy ők hogyan veszik azokat az impulzusokat, amiket tőlem kapnak. Én azt gondolom, hogy nagyon jól dolgoztak ezek a fiatalok ez alatt a magyarországi kurzus alatt, és 2 csoportra lettek ők osztva. És nagyon különböző volt a két csoport. Tehát az egyik csoportról azt éreztem, hogy dinamikusabban dolgoztak, a másikon azt éreztem, hogy érzékenyebben dolgoztak, de hogy minden, ami történt, az nagyon előremutató volt. Én nagyon szeretem azt, amikor megtanítok valamit, ők létrehoznak ebből egy kompozíciót, és arra azt tudom mondani, hogy rendben van, ez így jó. Az, amit csinálnak fizikálisan, az értelmet nyer, jelentéssel bír. Én ezt nagyon szeretem.
My name is Kitty Carey, and I'm an actress. But first of all, nowadays I work in the University of Kaposvár in the Trans-Danubian region, where we have our art institute. Actually, this interdisciplinary dialogue program is not unfamiliar for me because I teach something like this. I mean, I don't teach all the students, but or different kind of students, well, sometimes. But what I teach for my students who are becoming actors is not only to act on stage, but how you use music, how you use your body, how you use your voice, how you use your thoughts, your imagination. In this program, I wanted to do, because it's so international and multicultural, which is so nice. For me, it's a beautiful idea that we should get to know each other and we should get to know each other's culture. So that's why I asked the students to come with a folk song or with a song what you heard first from your mother when you were a child. We started to do some relaxations, meditations, focusing on our body and on our breath. And then I gave them some music, and they had to move in the space. And then after that created a kind of story. And they don't need their words. You see, music can be a very international language between the culture. It is really very important to make friends beyond our borders, and it is very, very important to go beyond the borders and find each other and find something common crazy love of theater or of the world.
A Magyar Nemzeti Színház igazgatója vagyok. Egy egész kanyargós út, ami ide vezetett ennek az intézménynek az élére. Én kárpátaljai származású vagyok, Kijevben, Moszkvában tanultam, majd Beregszázban csináltam egy pici színházat hosszú ideig.
Oda, kiválasztok valakit szembe, és neki húzom föl, és neki adom. Húzom.
A tréning lényege az, hogy a testet föl tudjuk készíteni arra, hogy elinduljon egy szerep felé, hogy a lelket befogadóvá tudjuk tenni, hogy annak a szerepnek a lényege azonosulni tudjon vele, és hogy a test és a lélek egy nagyon önazonos szimbiózisba legyen. Miközben úgy hiszem, hogy egy olyan világot kéne, és ezt is tanítom a diákjaimnak, fölépíteni, ahol a saját nyelvünkhöz, kultúránkhoz kötött egyedi sajátosságainkat meg kell őriznünk, miközben, ezt próbálja lefordítani, ezzel együtt nyitottaknak kell lennünk. És néha egy-egy jól megfogalmazott szakmai mondat egy egész életre irányt tud mutatni, és én azt éreztem itt, hogy nagyon sok fontos mondat hangzott el és fogalmazódott meg. Meg jó volt látni egy csomó jó embert. Mosolygósat, derűset. Ez a világ tele van szorongással, meg szomorúsággal, itt meg derűs, szakmájukat szerető, jó emberek voltak. Ez nagyon-nagyon fontos.
I just would like to say, first of all, the word, this phrase, interdisciplinary dialogue. We were looking for this combination of two words for like a long time. There were like 20 different ideas of title, and the Vladimir was coining the one who coined this connection, interdisciplinary dialogue. As abbreviation should be a very with a sense of humor and with a meaning. So it was ID. It's like a new ID for somebody who is looking for not just being actor as ID, identity, but actor, director, stage designer at the same time. So this was important to have this game of words, interdisciplinary dialogue, ID project. And so since this came, so we immediately thought, this is a good name. And our artistic director, Vladimir, he always says, when you find a good name, so things will go good. So you really need to start from finding a good name, and then things will go like it should be. And this was the case. So after we found a name, it went smoothly.
You should be friend to your cameraman. You should be friend to your director. You should be friend to your makeup. If you are not, if you are not connected, it's hard to work because everything falls apart. Yeah, that's why it's necessary. It's very necessary. So because you can make my image great, or you can make it very strange, etc. So if you are connected, I can ask directly my cameraman how do I look? Should I turn right or I'm not shy, you know, we are friends. And I know if she needs some time, I know what she is doing. She can tell me as well, so we are connected. We are not like, you're a technician and you are doing your job and I'm waiting and such. Same in theater, some people doing lighting, and I should know where to go. Am I well vision or not, or can you hear me, or yes, or space work, etc. So I should be connected with people who are doing it and responsible for that. So I should know the subject by myself. That's the only way.
Through this week, we have learnt that relationships can be anywhere and it can bring us home to many different things, and we all have our own shared experience of home.
We're trialling the technology to see how much we can achieve online with all of us working in different parts of the world.
The project we're working on, we've had a partnership with the European Theatre and Film Institute, EFTI. They contacted WAPA through David Shirley, who's our director. We were offered to be part of this project called Interdisciplinary Dialogue. Students coming together and learning from each other's discipline.
We've created a series of workshops and devising tasks that we're all kind of working on autonomously, and then uploading those, recording them, and then every day coming back together online with everyone and sharing our ideas and our development, seeing where it might go. And in fact, today's really exciting because the Australian students will be going into breakout rooms with students from Hungary, Belgium and Croatia. So our Aboriginal performance students will be mixing it up with students from all over Europe, which is really exciting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we opened with a group discussion of what we were doing, our pieces that we're devising, home, what home means to each of us, and that sort of kicked us off.
I partnered with Mitch and we created a movement piece called Home Tide.
We truly, like in the interdisciplinary dialogue, it has to be, all became this interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary artists. You all wrote poems, you all wrote beautiful texts, novels. You all created design for us, stage design, drawings, films, videoed it. You all moved in it. You all created scenarios and scripts. Thank you so much for making this an interdisciplinary dialogue.
For the students here, I think having that international connection, giving them a scope of where their career pathways can take them, for them to talk to other students that are in other disciplines and to learn from their countries and to also learn from their own theatre practices or their disciplines that they're working in.
It's really interesting talking to so many different people and coming together to work on projects based on the idea of home. And obviously everybody has a different idea of home, but seeing everybody bring in their personal experience to that is so amazing.
Learning a bit about everyone, about their countries and what they think of their home, and yeah, it's been a really cool experience.
There was 2 gatherings, one in Hungary and the first one in Croatia, and they had the host countries coordinate workshops for a week. So all the different schools of students came together and they did the workshop. So at the end of this is a 3-year project. 2024 will be a combination of all the materials that have come together from different workshops, including the one that we're currently doing here in Australia, and WAPA is hosting online with the other theatre schools in the FD partnership.
Yeah, the last few days, they have been fun. It's been very different to what we normally do in class. I haven't really done this type of devising before, so it's been a great experience with the FD and getting to know them overseas as well.
We met some people and actually had like an approach that was more intimate with some people that we don't know. Also, I really loved the fact that we had a deeper insight into your Aboriginal history of performances, and that we got to talk to Jane Harrison. It was really amazing.
I'd be really interested to see what is the next process out of this, and I guess for the study guide that FD will create is maybe it will turn into a production, maybe it will turn into a show, maybe it will turn into a performance outcome. So I'm really interested in what our next journey will be.
Thank you for your generosity, your patience, and your brilliant ideas. I am so inspired by you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Please upload your final ideas.
Bye.
If you didn't.
Florida. Talk soon.
Bye.
I find if you direct, you have to know about lights, because your lights make the show what it should be in your vision. And I think the director always is in connection with everybody, so there is a kind of interdisciplinarity which is evident. I try to use the theater, sometimes with movement, actions that happen, because I'm an action-driven director, stories, but in the abstraction of telling, not always literally, film sometimes, music, sound, light. So for me it's a very natural thing that I see what I want to tell and then what do I need for that. You have people who work chronologic. They start and they say, you do this and now you do this, and then they go on. Me, I don't work like this. In the beginning we don't know if it becomes a scene or an element or solo or this or that. And also it's important to identify your performers, that they are not a choir, that they are individuals who are all very important and unmissable and unreplaceable. And once you have this, they can communicate between themselves and look for situations that can be interesting. I try to create situations where something happened. And when I see something, I change the direction. I go into that. And then I can that, and maybe I never come back. But it's not one highway that I say we go there and we have to arrive.
Trying to do in my work is not to hide or camouflage that it's just nothing but a construction. So I straightforwardly show that in whatever I do, whether it's film or theater or visual arts. It's undeniably fiction, visual fiction that you get to see. It's a mock-up, it's something constructed. But then, as an old landscape painting does, I try to invite you to accept my proposal to project yourself mentally into that virtual space. And so that's a path I've been exploring, like how can I construct something that is just a construction without denying it, yet inviting the viewer to have and find a real experience.
This sculpture you can easily lift by yourself, so it's light.
But it's always a professional who does that thing.
Yeah.
At FI, the organization which leads this project, the Interdisciplinary Dialogue, is founded by people who are not Europeans. So we had a company in the city called Tashkent. I say this interdisciplinary dialogue grows from this project we are going to show you because it was inspired by geographical facts in Uzbekistan. It really creates and connects something very, very different. You know, not only like disciplines within the theater, but also disciplines really outside of the theater. And one of the impulses that we had was from great scientist Vernadsky, who already visited the Aral Sea. And by visiting this place and understanding the influence this place gives for the rest of the world, he created his notion of noosphere, that everything is connected.
Okay, so we would like you to make a presentation of a minimum 7 minutes, but you can go up to 15 minutes if you would like, but you don't have to. So at least 7 and maximum 15 minutes is your first parameter. You must use one organic element, earth or leaves or tree or water or anything. Yeah. We would like you to explore one methodology or principle from Wim's workshop. Remember not to quote Wim. He will not want to see his movement in your work. Something from Hans to do with form and content, the balance of form and content, and the other teachers can help you to understand how you might apply something from Hans. Rick has here the stolen text. So Rick's going to read 4 quotes from Stolen, and we want you to use one. Please don't forget everything you have done with Peter and Kitty in Hungary, with Maya and Goran in Zagreb. And I think the last note is about music and sound. Please don't take sound from the internet. We know you can easily get everything you need. We ask you, if you want a sound, please make it yourself, record it on your phone. And we do have these amazing musicians who can make your work sound wonderful, but we ask the students to please direct them.
Inhaling up, the last one, you turn at the throat, take your eyes up, push the ceiling away up, and take the clouds from above you into your heart and pressing down. Okay, so just relax. Very simple roadmap.
Maybe. We will use some lights and maybe music. We didn't discuss it yet, but maybe there will be music from us, or I don't know.
Okay.